A Phase 3 trial of L.S.D. for depression just dropped. 8.1 on the M.A.D.R.S. here is what the headline does not show. 8.1 on the M.A.D.R.S. The C.E.O. called it the best data ever seen in a pivotal trial of depression. Before you update your algorithm, here is what 149 patients actually tells us. The E.M.E.R.G.E trial. 149 adults with major depressive disorder randomized to a single 100 microgram dose of DT120 orally disintegrating tablet that is L.S.D. versus placebo. The primary endpoint at week 6 hit. M.A.D.R.S. least squares, mean difference minus 8.1, favoring DT120. The week 12 secondary was minus 7.1. No new safety signals. A 40-week open-label extension is ongoing. Quick pharmacology primer. L.S.D. is a partial agonist at the serotonin 5-HT2A receptor that is the primary psychedelic mechanism with additional activity at 5-HT2C, 5-HT1A, dopamine D2, and adrenergic receptors. Oral duration is roughly 8 to 12 hours at clinical research doses. Albert Hofmann first synthesized it at Sandoz in 1943. The duration drives the clinical model. L.S.D. is an all-day affair, not a 90-minute appointment. Here is the most important critical appraisal lesson. Definium's own presentation ranks DT120 above Trintellix, above Auvelity, above Spravato on placebo-adjusted M.A.D.R.S. effect size. Bigger number, better drug on paper. But Definium's own article includes the caveat. While directly comparing these trials isn't possible due to differences in methodology and patient populations, Definium's presentation calls DT120's profile best-in-class. The company itself acknowledges the comparison isn't valid, then presents it anyway. The sample size. Typical Phase 3 M.D.D. pivotal trials enroll 300 to 600 patients or more. The E.M.E.R.G.E trial has 149. That is closer to a Phase 2b dataset than a typical Phase 3 pivotal package. A single positive Phase 3 with this many patients is on the low end of what the FDA typically expects for a depression approval. The ICH framework and FDA guidance generally expect either replication or a large single trial with strong supportive evidence. The clinical model matters too. Definium's C.M.O. Daniel Karlin says, quote, "What we provide in the room is meant to support people through the session, but it's not meant to be any sort of an intervention that contributes to the outcome for the patient." The clinical lead Sarah Sonnenberg adds, "Their perceptual fields vary. Their thought processes can become very intense. They can become emotional, and we serve as a grounding force for them." So this is a ground and watch model, not a compass-style psychotherapeutic model. Efficacy in this trial is being driven by pharmacology, not therapy. And then there is the political context. In April 2026, the administration issued an executive order establishing priority review vouchers for psychedelic drug development. Compass Pathways, Usona Institute, and Transcend received vouchers. Definium did not. Definium's C.M.O. Robert Barrow previously worked at Usona, which did receive a voucher. Karlin's own framing, quote, "What we don't want is an approval that has a political flavor to it." That is the company telling you, on the record, that the political pathway was visible, and they chose not to take it. Take home, DT120 is genuinely interesting. 8.1 on the M.A.D.R.S. is real. 100 microgram, oral, no R.E.M.S. implied, single dose. But a 149-patient single positive Phase 3 with a best-in-class cross-trial claim is not a confirmatory pivotal package. It is investigational, not FDA-approved. Watch for the 12-week durability data, the 40-week open-label extension, the second Phase 3 trial, and the FDA briefing documents when they publish. Not ready for your clinical algorithm yet. Questions or episode ideas? Drop them below and subscribe for more psychopharmacology breakdowns. Educational purposes only, not a substitute for clinical judgment.